Ricky Rudd, who will not have track position. He changed an engine in this car yesterday, so he's going to have to start all the way from the back. But he's got a good car, and this is one of Ricky Rudd's very best racetracks. He won here last June. In the 45 races he has run, he has contended to win over a dozen of them. But starting in the back is a tall, tough order at Pocono.
Well, we've been watching Matt Kent. It seems like he does it every week. You know, if you're going to have to start in the back, Pocono is a track that you would choose on your schedule to do so. It's such a wide racetrack, plenty of room to pass. The only downside is we got a very fast race car, but the downside is it's going to take us half the race to get to the front. So if we run like we did in practice, which was extremely well yesterday. So we got our work cut out for us, but hopefully we're up for the task.
Good luck to you.
Once again, in the pre-race, we heard Dick Bergman talk about the 28 car, Ricky Rudd. This was a tough decision for these guys to give up that 10th starting spot. They were actually finished with practice yesterday and found a puddle of oil under the car. What had happened, they had an internal oil leak within the motor. It filled the oil pan up, and they just didn't want to take a chance with this 500-mile race. Change engine, one engine rule, have to go to the rear of the field.
But what we saw in the ARCA race yesterday, Rick Corelli started out back, had a fast car. He ended up in the top 3. But without caution flags and restarts, there was no way he was going to get to those leaders. Ricky Rudd has now climbed, well, more than 10 spots. He's up to 32nd. He started 43rd after that engine change, and he's been working at high, low, anywhere he can pass him, 3 wide if necessary.
There you go. And of course, he's got the position getting into that turn.
And we will see that so much where you get that inside position, and there's a big give and take when you get into the corners here.
The guy on the outside usually knows, just like right here, Park's in the middle. He knows I got to give. Can't do this 3 wide. You can come through there side by side, high and low, but you can't do it 3 wide.
Ricky Rudd up to 24th position, now challenging Robbie Gordon. Rudd started 43rd after that engine change yesterday.
Well, despite the fact that Ricky Rudd has been passing cars, he has got a problem, and the problem is under the hood. The engine is running too hot. I just asked engine builder Doug Yates, how hot is it? He looked at me with a frown and said, too hot. Mike?
And it could, you take the front end up on these long straightaways. That'll give you a lot of straightaway speed, but you pay the price sometime by gambling that it's not going to get the engine too hot. You see there, he's got a lot of tape on the grill.
Well, you'll base it off of what happens in practice, but a lot of times in practice, you're not out there running behind all these race cars. Of course, Ricky Rudd, he started at the very rear of the field behind all the cars.
Well, he knew he had to go. He's got to go in a hurry. I think what their plan was is probably tape it up as much as we thought we'd get away with, and then jerk that tape off once we get track position. That's quite a lot of tape for as hot as it is outside today.
You know, I'll talk about something that Steve Burns was talking about, spotters struggling here. And right here on the front stretch where you see Ricky Rudd, as he drives away from the spotters, you have the spotters view right here. Right there, when you're running side by side, they're going away from you, and it's hard to clear you. We used to use a spotter in the infield down there near turns 1 just because of that reason.
Yeah, we always put one over on the back straightaway at the tunnel, right outside the tunnel there.
Never guess who's crept into the top 10 from 43rd at the green flag. Ricky Rudd.
Got that caution fell at a good time for Ricky, too. I mean, it allowed him to make up even some more distance on the leaders. Good pit stop, and here he is, top 10.
Dick Bergman.
As a result of changing an engine, Ricky Rudd was all the way in the back of the pack at the green flag. That's a rule change. A motor start in the back, but he has gone forward all day long. Early problems with overheating. On that pit stop, they pulled a piece of tape off the grill. That helped the overheating problem, but Rudd's engine's still running hot as he continues to motor forward toward the front. Mike?
He's up to 10th place, the defending champion of the Pocono 500. Ricky Rudd.
Well, it's hot here today. I mean, the ambient temperature, Larry, is way up there, as you well know, because I know you're monitoring that.
Much warmer than yesterday.
I'm looking at the grill of that 28 car, and they've got a lot of tape on that car.
Even after pulling some tape.
Even after taking some off. So I think they're going to have some work to do.
Rudd from 43rd all the way to 6th place. A couple of those inherited, but he raced his way up to 9th, picked up 3 more on pit stops, and there he is in front of Dick.
Ricky Rudd is in so far. I don't see any activity at the nose of the car to pull any more tape off. A lot of dust flying off the right front tire. Rudd obviously using his brakes very heavily, and there goes a piece of tape off the nose to try and help pull that number 28 engine down. Rudd done with that stop. He's gone.
About 132 miles an hour down in the middle of the corner off the throttle.
And the 28's alongside of his teammate there.
Ricky Rudd has not yet led today.
Challenging for the lead, and I think he's pretty well got it.
From last to first.
Well, that 28 car looks really good, Larry. This pan, I mean, the nose of that baby is sealed off against the racetrack.
For more on race leader and defending race champ Ricky Rudd, Dick Burton.
start of the race, Mike, Ricky Rudd and I are standing around his car, and we're just having some casual conversation. And, you know, Rudd has been outspoken about all the stuff that's been said about how these kids are dominating the series. And he looked at me and he said, you just tell all the announcers on the broadcast, wait until about the halfway point of this race, and then tell me about the youngsters. Well, you got veterans in the top 4 spots. I'd say Rudd called that one very well.
Here comes the 28, and he is hauling it. He's locked up trying to get to the end of pit road. Comes the 9.
Dick Bergeron.
Kevin Hall is going to carry front tires for Ricky Rudd. Bobby Burrell is going to change the fronts. Paul Volk is carrying the rear tires. Ray Holm is changing them. 57-year-old Norman Kujimizo, the gas man. He is perhaps the most important of all. Pack that tank, get as much as he possibly can in. They can't go all the way, they know that, but they want to go as far as they possibly can. Ricky Rudd, his crew saved the best for last. The way they had it timed, 13.52. That's how long it took for 2 cans of gas and 4 tires. Wow.
Well, that'll make up for that miscue last week.
21 laps to go at the Pocono Raceway, and Ricky Rudd, your leader, moments ago in our 16th lead change. 12 different leaders as Ricky Rudd, the defending champion, Jeff Hammond, made his move on Jeff Burton.
Yeah, I believe the 4 tires right now are starting to play out right. They put on the 28 cars. He's able to ride it down underneath the 99 car of Burton and make his move and regain the lead one more time.
And of course, Ricky Rudd, his 658th consecutive Winston Cup race, adding to his record.
Well, after a tough start today, Ricky Rudd seems to have everything going his way. They overheated early. They've got that problem corrected. They've managed to restore the lead. They are back out front with a lead of 1.2 seconds. Michael, is this race in the bag?
Ain't no way, man. A second place car, it's a good car. We really work together as a team on this whole deal. There's one we got to beat. It's him. And the way our luck's been this year, nothing's in the bag. They hand me another trophy up there.
Stick around. This one's not over.
2 cars are gaining on Ricky Rudd. Dale Jarrett and Mark Martin. When we went to break, it was a 1-second lead, but it was Jeff Burton over Ricky Rudd. When we came back, Ricky Rudd over Dale Jarrett, Jeff Burton, Sterling Marlin, and this man, Mark Martin, the Charlotte winner.
Yeah, and I will say the last 2 laps, Dale Jarrett has been about a 1/10 and a half a lap quicker than his teammate Ricky Rudd.
Rudd is concerned about the possibility of a right rear going down, Mike. He just said right rear going down. This crew is on red alert down here. They're saying be careful.
Yeah, he's got a problem. Definitely got a tire down. Definitely got something wrong.
He lost a half a second there. You see Dale Jarrett, his teammate, right up behind him. Remember, looked like he had the car to beat last week and had that left rear tire loose.
He had his hand out the window there for a second. I'm not sure exactly if he was trying to motion Jarrett by or not. I think he's trying to tell him he thinks he has a problem.
For the lead. Dale Jarrett edges in front of his teammate.
That paper you see going out the window, that's that contract.
That contract for the last pit stop.
And right now, he's about 4 seconds ahead of 3rd place Mark Martin. So I'm sure what Ricky Rudd's going to try to do is make sure he has a problem. You know, he'd rather try to sit out there and make sure and nurse it home to 2nd than come to pit road and lose all those positions.
And Fatback, he nailed it, didn't he? Fatback, you know, he said, I'm not going to celebrate until they hand me the trophy. There's definitely a problem on the 28, and if, you know, with 5 laps to go, I just don't see how he can nurse that thing home.
Well, Darrell, of course, winning is the goal. That's the object of every driver here. But knowing you're in contention to win and you've got a car capable of winning, that's got to give a driver a lift. But gosh, 2 weeks in a row for Ricky Rudd. Victory within his grasp, and he's not going to get it.
To be able to continue on like he is, Larry, I got to think it's a left side tire, because if it was a right side tire, I think he would have had it. I don't think he could have driven the car.
His lap times have fallen off about 3 seconds, Darrell, but that's still hauling the mail around here.
Yeah, I don't see anything down the left side. It looks clean. Tires all look okay. Maybe that right rear is getting soft. Come back and there's the 28.
It didn't make it. Yeah, he needed a caution, but he didn't intend on it being himself.
There's what's left of the tire. They'll get the white flag this time by.
We're still green, but I have to believe the caution will be thrown here.
The car is stopped.
Yeah, the caution and the white flag. So here's the race right here. Todd O'Neill in the 26. Looks like his motor's expiring. That's a Robert Yates engine.
Caution flag and the white. Dale Jarrett eases off the gas, and he'll just have to come around one one slow lap to win it here in Pocono.
Mark Martin comes across the line in second. Jimmy Johnson in third. Sterling Marlin will beat Jeff Gordon back to the line for fourth.
Jeff Gordon fifth.
Still got to make it about 2 more miles, guys.
Yeah, because there's a car going down the back straightaway that's putting out a lot of smoke.
Todd Bodine. There won't be a mosquito left in Pennsylvania when he's done.
And he'll try to stay out there because he's still on the lead lap in 17th position.
Look at the veterans celebrating. Dale Jarrett and Mark Martin with a 1-2 finish here. And they'll make this last mile.
Absolutely.
This truck delivers.
And they know they have plenty of fuel. And, you know, I was mentioned earlier before he got some battles, Dale Jarrett has 2 wins here. The last one back in 1997, but his first win here in Pocono was in 1995 in the 28 car.
I'm telling you, what is the 28 team going to do? I mean, this is 3 races in a row.
One thing about it, the short shooting over through turn 2, you won't have no problem with mosquitoes.
There goes Rudd. He got his car fired back up, and he's going around with the car going up there.
Yeah, Rudd is actually going to complete all 200 laps.
There he goes. That right rear tire was the problem. Right rear tire was just getting soft, and it finally let go.
He's going to be in 18th place. Dale Jarrett wins the Pocono 500. Mark Martin finishes second. Rookie Jimmy Johnson third. Sterling Marlin and Jeff Gordon comes back for a top 5 finish.
Describe the frustration and disappointment. I don't know that you can describe it. You know, it's 2 weeks in a row, 3 weeks. Gosh, I lost count. But, you know, we're just sitting out front. Just I thought we're in great shape. Hoping some daylight on DJ. You know, he wasn't catching us. Looked like it was going to be a 1-2-8 finish. Looked like 28 was going to win, and all of a sudden I said, "Hey guys, I got a slow leak. I got a flat tire." And we tried to stay on the racetrack, and maybe I should have slowed down a little bit more. Finally came apart and hit the fence down in turn 1.
Thanks for your time, Rick. Mike.